Good morning, everybody. How you doing today? My name's Andrew.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Kelly.
I'm Papa. I'm Matt.
I'm Lauren.
I'm Gavin.
And we're some of the Veggie Boys.
And girls.
And we'd like to thank you for stopping by. If you're new here, please consider subscribing because we can grow a lot of stuff on the farm, but one thing we can't grow is this channel without your help. And we'd like to thank Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. Welcome back, everyone. It's so nice to have you with us today. We just got finished off with morning chores. We've got animals all taken care of. We've got the greenhouses all checked. And let's just say we've got a busy day on our hands. A big job that we were able to get accomplished yesterday was actually cleaning out our shop a little bit. A lot of you will recognize that the combine is now outside. It usually sits in this back corner. And let me just say, when you take the combine out of the shop, it opens up a lot of room. So we've been able to put a few more things in here. The reason why the combine is pulled out of the shop, many of you will have seen from our ride around this morning, the wheat, it's looking ready. It's looking like it's ready for harvest. My cousins, they have been harvesting their wheat, and it's kind of put a little fire under our butts. We're excited about it. So in the process of getting everything ready, we got it pulled out of the shop, we got it cleaned up, and we're just fixing up a few things, just some small minor repairs. The last big thing we're really gonna need to do is just charge the air conditioning, because when you're in that big glass box, oh, it gets hot. I need 2 half-inch wrenches. I'm looking for them. There's a bird's nest in here. Why is that small here? Windows were looking a little dusty, so I wanted to give it a quick cleanup. Now it's looking pretty good in here. Ready to go. Before we get moving on to our next job, I'd love to talk about today's sponsor, Thrive Market. My wife and I have been using Thrive Market for a few months now, and it's been a great grocery shopping experience. I've also loved being able to have unlimited access to healthy snacks for the kids. Thrive Market allows you to shop premium, high-quality groceries without the steep price tag, which has allowed us as a family to stock up on all the brands that we love while keeping it at the lowest price possible. Another thing that we love is all these groceries were delivered right to our door. We were able to get low sugar, high protein, even organic snacks without having to go anywhere. Now, we obviously have really been enjoying using Thrive Market, but Thrive Market is offering a special opportunity to our viewers. They're offering 30% off your first order and a free gift. Here's a haul from our recent Thrive order. Right here I have these chips. I really like these. They are delicious. We have a lot of stuff here for the kids though. That is mainly what we use Thrive for, getting plenty of snacks and healthy treats, not only for myself, but for those beautiful children. One of the great things about Thrive is the website is so easy to use, helping you find so many different options for so many different diets. So if you'd like to try Thrive Market and receive all these benefits, what you can do is head down to the link in the description, or you can visit thrivemarket.com/theveggieboys, and you can receive up to 30% off your first order and a free gift. And you can get all of that when you join Thrive Market today. And something that I think is very important to mention, Thrive is having their biggest sale this summer, so that's going on too. So I just have to give a big shout out to Thrive Market for sponsoring today's video. We're back to work. And right there. We've now made it out to the fields, and our first job of the day, it's gonna be a special one. As all of you know, a big crop that we've been working really hard to get better at raising is potatoes. And I think this year, it's been one of our best years that we've had in a while. Now, the thing is, in the beginning part of the year, well, this is how we're harvesting potatoes. A little pitchfork action, little plant pulling action. Now, granted, this isn't gonna be how we're harvesting all of them, but to get started, we only need a few back at the farm. And look at what we've got here. Some nice red potatoes. Now, they've definitely got some growing to do, but there is gonna be a lot of potatoes here. Oh no, you know what's worse than picking potatoes once? Picking them twice. Now, realistically, this isn't the best way to harvest these potatoes. The only thing is these potatoes are on the young side. So if we were to come through with a machine and dig them up, they would get scuffed up pretty bad. They would scar. So we're just digging them by hand. We only need a few for the farm market. These red potatoes look great. We just need to grab one more basket of red and that'll be good for potatoes.
Here's something interesting. As you can see here, you can see the ground starting to split here. All this little cracking, that's the potatoes growing underneath and getting bigger, pushing up on the ground. Thought that's kind of interesting to see.
Oh yeah, those are some nice spuds. Beautiful. That's why the ground was cracking there. Look what was growing underneath. Now, if every plant looked like that, oh baby. We're all finished with harvesting the potatoes. I just want to give you one more look at the skin of the potatoes. You can see this one. We've been handling them very gently and the skin just peels off from your touch. So that's not a good thing. Now, when the vine of the potato plant dies, then the skins on the potatoes really toughen up. So what we're gonna do on these to help us with the washing process, we're gonna take them home and put them in the cooler, and that will also help to stiffen up the skins. So we wanna make sure we cool these potatoes down and then we can wash them.
Yes, we're running on this quick now.
At this end of the field, we were running into a little bit of trouble with the broccoli. It just seemed to be getting a little too overripe, probably from the hot weather that we've had. So we're gonna have to pick at the other end, but while we're down here, we're just grabbing some cabbage. This is our first time harvesting cabbage for the year. The first variety that we're picking, heads are gonna be a little smaller, but this stuff is really nice. And you know who's gonna appreciate these small heads of cabbage? The old ladies that come in the farm market. Oh, they love their cabbage. Where we were just picking, there's a ridge there and it's pretty rocky. So it doesn't allow the plants to absorb up a lot of moisture because it all drains away. Now we've moved off the ridge and these cabbage heads are getting a little bit bigger. That's nice stuff right there. That's really nice stuff.
That's good.
We were doing our best to find nice broccoli, but you can see as it matures, it starts going to flower, it gets really loose. And we can't use this stuff, sadly. What is gonna happen with this broccoli out in the field is it's gonna get tilled into the soil, and it's basically gonna be composted. Whatever we can't pick usually gets composted back into the field. And what that does for us is it allows us to put more nutrients back into the soil. Yes, we'd like to harvest everything, but due to the weather, some of these heads never got to a harvestable size. and then they go straight to seed. That is one of the trials of vegetable farming. Man, if everything could go perfectly, that would just be perfect. Always put your cabbage in a seatbelt, especially your cabbage kids. I'm walking through our late season broccoli now. This variety is called Imperial. And let me just say, this broccoli, it's a little on the small side right now, but give it like a week or two and these heads are just gonna continue to grow and grow. We'll be getting some nice sized broccoli. The secret with raising this much of one certain crop is that you need to get to the harvest early, because like what we're dealing with, sometimes the weather will change on you and it will throw a wrench into what your plans are. Half the battle of vegetable farming and farming in general is just trying to stay on top of all the different jobs that you've got. Now right below this field, we have our next planting of cole crops being put in. Very recently, we had done some transplanting with some extra plants that we had. Wasn't technically our last planting, but tomorrow we're hoping to get our last planting put in. So that's gonna be really exciting. We got the ground all worked up and ready to go. And this is what we've got. Some beautiful baskets of broccoli. We got some cabbage in here and some beautiful red potatoes. Well, you can make a good meal with this. Some cabbage, broccoli, and potatoes. Whew, I'm getting hungry. I'm getting hungry thinking about all this. I will say it is quite humid out here, but it's not too hot. The humidity will give you some trouble while you're working. You'll definitely start sweating, but it's not like killer hot like it's been the past few days, thankfully. I mean, I recognize it's summer. It's supposed to be hot, and with that beautiful wheat over there, we need it warm and sunny to harvest. But it's nice to not have it being like scorching hot today. Give me low 80s with some cloud cover and a little breeze. Oh my, that's a perfect day. Before we head back to the farm, we're gonna grab a little bit of this parsley. I'm gonna keep the center of the plant growing, but you can harvest it pretty heavy. Just as long as you keep that center growing, you'll have more to come back and pick.
Makes me want some meatballs. Watch what your feet is here.
Dad just asked me to do something exciting. Probably the most exciting thing I've heard all day.
Can you pick some sweet banana peppers?
Yeah, I can. Oh, I can. Now, obviously, it's very early for us to be grabbing peppers, so we're only taking the really, really large ones. But it's nice to see them here, and it's nice to have that feeling of harvesting peppers again. We've got some more sweet banana back there, but Dad, what are you picking over here?
Hot cherry peppers in disguise.
Oh, sweet cherry peppers.
Oh, sweet cherry peppers.
Oh my, that sounds good. That sounds really good. Potatoes, cabbage, sweet banana peppers, sweet cherry peppers. Man, what a beautiful day. We found so many new things out in the fields. Just helps you to appreciate how fast things are growing. What a happy sight for us vegetable farmers. It's getting to the point where we're gonna need to start bringing wagons. So we got broccoli, cabbage, peppers, potatoes, and we got some curly and flat leaf parsley. Uh-oh, big truck is here. What's in the big truck?
New motor for our irrigation pump.
Oh, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Now I got the combine moved because we had this great idea of working in the shade. Some of you might have just said, you know, why don't you just pull the combine into the barn? Well, we'd love to do that, but this head on here doesn't really fit that well. So we just pulled over underneath the tree, and unfortunately there is not a lot of room in here for me to show you what we're gonna be working on. So I'm just gonna give you a quick description of what we're doing. There's these fingers that as the machine rotates, it pulls all the material into the machine so that it can thresh it. Only problem, it's like really difficult to get your hands in there, so it's kind of hard to film. So we've got to replace a few of these fingers. That way when we come to harvest, we can make sure that we're being as efficient as possible and making sure that there's enough material going into the machine. While we were out picking, we had touched on how we're getting ready to plant the last planting of cole crops. Now when it comes to cole crops, C-O-L-E, we have our cabbage, broccoli, kohlrabi, we have some cauliflower here, and then we've also got some purple and Savoy cabbage. Now the thing I will say, these plants may look like they are on the small side, but that is not going to be a problem. That's actually going to work out for our benefit. When you're transplanting with the mechanical transplanter, sometimes when the plants are too large, that can give you quite a bit of issue. The most important thing is that when you do pull the plant out of the tray, as long as we have a decent root system, which we have, we won't run into any problems. The last thing we might have to do to make sure that everything goes smoothly is when it comes to planting time, we might have to get some irrigation pipe put into place. Because I was looking at the weather, and it looks like in the upcoming week and a half, we are gonna get some rain, but then it's gonna get super, super hot. So these plants might experience a little bit of transplant shock. Transplant shock is something that is inevitable, but anything we can do to mitigate or even limit it completely, we're gonna try and do our best with that. The plants look ready. That is the most important thing. We did have some trouble when we were seeding some cabbage. Some of the cabbage, it was very, very sparse when it came up. I don't know if it was the seed or something that we had done. The good news for us though is that there were some local vegetable farmers in the area. They had some extra plants that we're gonna end up borrowing. Well, borrow is a strong word. We're gonna take them, we bought them off of them, and we're gonna be able to transplant them ourselves. We were kind of concerned about it. We said to ourselves, you know, we're just not gonna worry about it. We're just gonna have less cabbage for late planting, but then we were like, that's not a good idea because we sell a lot of cabbage. So we picked up some more plants and we feel like we made the right decision. It's kind of hard to see, but all the cattle are down at the far end of the pasture. They're sitting under some really, really nice trees. That's good. A lot of coverage for the animals to get them protected from the sun down there, and it's nice to not see them sitting in a hot barn and enjoying the pasture and enjoying that sweet shade. We won't stack anything on top of you, okay?
Just making sure.
Yeah, that looks pretty good in there. Now the reason why we got this engine, it was a financial decision, right Dad? Because the new pump was a little out of our budget as of right now. Maybe down the line we can work on getting that changed, but for now we're gonna be swapping the engine on the pump. Now I've used this pump for a very long time. This has irrigated countless crops, and because of that we feel like it's very important. A lot of the pieces we've replaced over the year. I mean, we've added a whole bunch of new stuff onto there. I mean, it's basically a brand new pump except for the engine itself. I don't know, Dad, how long have we had this pump?
20 years, 25 years.
So to just put it in perspective, I'm only a few years older than the pump that we had, the engine that we had. And this brand new engine, once we get it all into place, we get it bracketed down, I think it's only gonna benefit us. One thing of note is that it is a bigger engine. So this is gonna help us to pump a little more water, which is a good thing because we can definitely pump some extra stuff to the irrigation pipe. That's gonna help us with some distance. And then with the drip lines in general, just keeping that pressure up, that's gonna make sure that each individual crop is irrigated the same. This is one of those things that sometimes when it comes down to it, you just have to go for it. We needed the new motor, and once we get it in place, we'll be ready to get the rest of the irrigation hooked up. Lunch on the farm is an exciting one today because Grammy made enchiladas. And look at these things. Homemade enchiladas for lunch. We just got finished off with lunch. I didn't think it was gonna get this warm today. We're pushing 90 degrees, oh boy. And that's not even talking about the real feels. As long as that breeze keeps blowing, I'll be a happy man. We're taking a quick drive over to the garden. I wanna see how the red beets look. We don't wanna fall behind on red beet harvest. I don't think there's gonna be anything ready to pick. We're just trying to stay on top of it. We wanna make sure we can get Grammy all taken care of. Not quite there just yet. From what I'm seeing, it looks like this is about the largest size red beet that we have on the farm currently. We're just gonna have to keep a close watch, stay on top of these, make sure that as they start to ripen up a little bit more, we can get picking. That way we can thin them out and get some nice size to them. Another thing we've done that's really working out for us is out in the fields we had planted some dill early on, and that is getting ready for our first harvest of pickling cucumbers. So that's really, really good for us. The other thing is this dill that we have back at the farm, it's a little behind that other dill. So we're gonna be able to have plenty of dill throughout our entire pickling cucumber harvest, which if you know anything about harvesting pickling cucumbers, you need to have dill because a lot of people are gonna be canning their pickles. And if we didn't have dill, they'd have to look for it other places, but now they can get it all here at the farm. And the red beets seem to have done pretty well. And as we move down through the field, got some sunflowers that we recently seeded. And then we also seeded some red beets over here, but I'm not seeing them coming out of the soil just yet. But that's okay, we don't need to rush anything. We've got plenty of stuff growing over here. And if we can get all these red beets harvested, that'll be awesome. I'll be very, very happy. Gotta make sure Grammy don't catch me out in her berry bushes. Black raspberries are so delicious. Grapes are coming. Very, very nice. Working on getting the air conditioner charged, trying to give Dad a nice comfortable ride today. Dad and I wanted to make sure we weren't losing too much wheat out of the back. At the beginning part we were, so we adjusted the screen, and now Dad is all set to go. Looks like the combine is doing a great job, and boy do we have a beautiful field of wheat to get started on for today. We've got a few special guests with us to watch the wheat harvest. We got Lily and Ronnie. They saw Pop out here with the combine and they really want to come out. We got Callie and Mommy in the back. How you feeling, Mommy?
Feeling good.
It's a little warm out today, but at least that wind is blowing. What do you think? Is this exciting? Do you see Pop? Yeah, pop up, Ronnie. Are you having fun? Pop pop. They're all excited about pop pop. You having fun? So we had a little shake up with jobs that needed to be done. We actually went home and loaded up a steer. Daniel and Petey are hauling that steer for us today. And now we're back out harvesting. I'm here with Gavin and things seem to be going well. So you've been harvesting for a little bit. What are you thinking so far?
I'm thinking we're just a little early.
A little early. Wheat's too wet?
I think we're gonna cut one load and take it to the mill and see what they say.
We were a little concerned about wheat harvest. We didn't know how things were gonna be going. I think we're happy with it. One thing I will note is when you get to certain pockets of the field, boy, the wheat just looks incredible, but there are spots where it's a little thin. So again, that goes back to last year. Maybe we had some spots where the soil wasn't as deep, maybe a little rockier, didn't hold as much moisture, and now we're facing the problem, or we're facing the outcome of that. Again, not a super crop, but we're happy with it. And the number one thing we're gonna be focused on here in the upcoming weeks is straw. Getting straw harvested and getting the barns filled.
These tomatoes over here, how they've grown.
Tomatoes look good, but they look even better from all the way up here. You ever feel like famous? You have all these people recording you all the time.
I actually totally ignore it anymore.
Yeah, no way. How do you do that?
I just don't acknowledge it.
Hey, how you doing? Oh, good. We got that truckload of wheat filled up and Matthew is hauling that. So Dad and I had a little downtime. We decided to come back to the farm and work on this motor. We got the old motor off, new motor on, and you wouldn't believe it, the bracket holes line right up. We're gonna put our bolts in, get our fuel line attached, and this thing should be ready to start pumping water. I don't think we're gonna get to it today, but at least we have the option to get started on it, and that makes all of us very happy. Oh my, what do we have over here? Babies ate the dinner? How was dinner? Good? Yeah, how was dinner? Oh, wow. Well, as you can see, I am now home. Babies had their dinner, Callie had her dinner, but Mommy and I need to eat our dinner. And since we're gonna eat our dinner, that means this is where we're gonna be ending the video today. I would like to thank everyone for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.